Okay, here we have a problem from section 10.1 where you have listed below are numbers from internet users and the number of scientific award winners per 10 million people. What you have to find is a scatter plot. You have to find the linear correlation coefficient R, and then you need to find the test statistic and the p-value. Okay, so I want to show you how to use your calculator for finding the test statistic. Well, first of all, for finding R, the test statistic, and the p-value. The first step is you need to make sure you turn your calculator on. I hope you can see it. And then we enter the values in our list in the stat function key. So press stat. Then go to one edit, make sure that you delete your L1, L2 values, and then you enter the values into your list. So internet users go in L1 and award winners go in L2, and I'm just going to show you the first one. So 79.7, oops, I need to be in here, 79.7, enter. So then 80.6, enter, and I'm going to pause the video right now to enter all values. Okay, so I entered all the values in L1 for the internet users, and the award winners I entered in L2. So before we can find R and the test statistic and so forth, you have to make sure that your diagnostic is turned on. So to turn on the diagnostic, go to second and the digit 0, which is catalog, and then scroll down with your cursor until you find, luckily it's under D, diagnostic on. So you have your little arrow on diagnostic on, press enter and press enter again. So now it says done, your diagnostic is on. Then we go back to stat, move over to tests, and we scroll down until we find E, linear regression t-test. Press enter. So now, as you can see, we have our X list is L1, our Y list is L2. The frequency is 1, leave that 1. You also determined the null and alternative hypotheses, which is the null hypothesis is equal to 0 and the alternative hypothesis is not equal to 0. So make sure that you say not equal to 0, highlight this and press enter. So X list L1, Y list is L2. The frequency, make sure you have the number 1 in there. Not equal to 0. Leave the linear regression equation, leave it blank because we don't need it here. Then click on calculate and press enter. And look at that. Perfect. Your t-value, which is 2.52 if you round it, is your test statistic. So the t-value is the test statistic of 2.52. Then the p-value is calculated with 0.065, again rounded. Your degrees of freedom are 4 because we entered 5 ordered pairs. And then you scroll down and you see, because you need to enter the linear correlation coefficient, that's actually your first question. The linear correlation coefficient is 0.783 if you round it to 3 decimal places, and you can see that here as well. So you can find all your values using linear regression t-test. Linear regression t-test. And you go, let me just explain it again. You click on stat, move over to tests, and scroll down until you find under E, at least in this calculator, it could be a different letter for different calculators, but you have to find the linear regression t-test. Okay? Email if there are more questions.